Okay, what are you saying, people? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is doing well. As always, guys, if you are enjoying the content, enjoying the channel, please be sure to drop a like on the stream, on the video, on the channel. It really does help out. And of course, make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future, because you will be notified. Make sure you do check out the free Discord channel for elevating traders. The link is in the chat. It's pinned as well. You can't miss it. Free for discount opportunities later on. Joining discussions there, share trading opportunities. So if that is something you're interested in, make sure you check it out. But as always, hope everyone is well. Hope everyone's doing good this Thursday morning. What is up, Kimmy? Welcome to the stream. Good morning. Good morning, Jane. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are well. So since yesterday, I haven't seen too much movement in the market. I said I was very focused on some of the yen pairs, some of the CHF pairs, and Euro USD. Euro USD at the moment isn't really playing ball. I kind of want it to fall a little bit further before I do look to buy it. We've had a really big move to the upside, so I'm waiting for that to retrace before looking for entries to take this long. And as I was mentioning yesterday, I'm looking for the retest of this level here at 1.08600, which we've kind of come about 2/3 of the way towards. So I want to see price kind of fall one more time. Hopefully go and test that area, and then I can look for some entries. Because again, if I expand to the higher time frames, we are starting to see some bullish structure now for Euro. So things are becoming a little bit more clearer and a bit more understandable, if that makes sense, because it's been very, very messy. I've been trying to stay away from Euro for a while, but now things are becoming a little bit more clearer. We're seeing some nice momentum in the market as well. We're seeing some direction too. So I do think longer term, we're eventually going to see price push up. Excuse me. So all I'm looking to do is find some entries, but at the moment, not a big fan. I think we've also got the 0.618 chilling in that area. Yes, we do. So hopefully we can get one move down. For the DXY, I'm looking for the exact opposite. I'm looking for more dollar weakness. I've talked about this area here as a nice place for a short. Yeah, just will we get there? I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see. I know the direction I'm anticipating dollar to fall, dollar to go is to the downside to fall. So I'm not really interested in taking any buys or expecting upside. Of course, if things change, I will adapt with it and go from there, reanalyze. But for now, still very bearish on the DXY. We've broken through some key lows. We've taken out this low here. It's just about wicked through that low there as well. So I'm expecting us to slowly make our way back down to this area here eventually, which is around 101. So if dollar is going to make that move back down to that low, that does mean that we're going to see weakness in the dollar, and probably Euro USD will push up, pound USD push up, and other dollar crosses will make moves higher. It does depend on the currency, because Aussie and New Zealand dollar have been very, very weak. And yeah, dollar just has to be weaker for them to move up, but we'll see. But in terms of like Euro USD, which is very, very in sync with DXY, I do expect that to see some upside, hence why I'm looking to trade that one. But yeah, from a dollar perspective, looking for a push into this low, but ideally kind of want to see something like this first and then the push down, because that will allow Euro USD to make the move down first and then hopefully the push up. So it's a very, very dependent move, because I need to see a bit more strength first before I can see the weakness. If not, then maybe the boat has already sailed and price is already going to push up. If that's the case, that's the case, but hopefully we can move down first. What's up? More welcome to the stream. I am doing good. I am doing good. Hope you're well too. Hope everything is good your end. So yeah, Euro Yen was a little bit awkward yesterday as well. I was looking to get into some sales for this one. Still am. But it was a bit sideways and then had a nice rejection over here, but it just occurred outside of my trading hours. This was This was at 6 p.m., which is not really when I want to be taking entries on the hourly chart. 4 hours just showing some rejections, but I am anticipating another fall for Euro Yen. For me, this still very much looks like a pullback. I'm looking at the daily chart as well. Really, really big continuation to the downside. So I do expect us to keep falling, but we might have a bigger pullback, which would be nice if we can push up again, because this move has been very, very corrective. We've had a pretty strong move up higher, and now price is kind of slowly moving down. So we might see a third push up before that bigger move, which would be very, very nice if that's the case, because then this will become the new sell opportunity and take it down from there. So we'll see. But all the yen pairs are kind of moving the same. Very, very corrective moves down, which makes me wonder, are we going to push up? Possibly. And then that third high could be what we're looking for, short. Dollar yen 2, same thing. Possibly another push up for a sell, but we'll see. We'll see. Not looking to take any sells in this area because we've already had a bit of a move. The market's quite corrective. Not the time to be selling. If anything, on the lower time frames, this is actually not a bad place for a long. So, yeah, not the time to be selling on the hourly chart at all. But I'm still keeping a close eye. Good to hear. Are you looking at any markets at the moment more? Are you still keeping an eye on Euro Yen, or are you trading Euro Yen at the moment? I did see the CHF pairs as well. They made a strong move down. Again, it was all at the same time as well. It was like the 6 p.m. close UK time, this candle here. 6 p.m. close, or the CHF, 6 p.m. close. That would have been the entry. But hopefully we can see one more push up first, and then I'll see what we can do with the shorts. Something like that. Because this one didn't really come into my area. It kind of broke through major support here, which would have been acting as resistance. We broke through that. Well, maybe not on the daily chart. Daily chart, we've left behind the big wick, but on the 4 hour, we're trading above it. So I was kind of hoping to see if we can see a bit more upside, hopefully back into this area, but didn't quite have enough juice to get there. So we're kind of a little bit stagnant here, because I wonder if price is just going to kind of mess around in this area and then eventually fall. That could be the case, but just not very clear. Kind of want price to be testing that area, not kind of trading above it and below it. If not, then push up back to this area. That would be the best case scenario I can see for a sell now. But again, so much momentum there. So just looking for price to continue that. And hopefully can find some entries at that level. Same with pound CHF 2. Although again, pound CHF not looking too hot. This was the level I was looking to short from. Again, hoping maybe you can have one more push higher. First stab, second, maybe a third, and then we get the sell. That will be amazing. And then take the short up there. Trade every day yesterday. Oh, okay, just checking sell limit trigger now. I'm checking. Oh, okay, is that sell limit for Euro Yen as well? I would imagine. But yeah, with the CHF pairs, the same situation as the yen pairs, really, except a few which are all-time lows. Pound CHF and Aussie CHF, I like them because they're not all-time lows yet. If we go to the monthly chart, Aussie CHF, this is the all-time low. We're very, very close to it, so I do expect price to eventually get there. But for now, we've got some pullbacks to trade first. And pound CHF, we've got a lovely level of support down here, which we haven't quite tested. I do think we're just going to roll over into that area. So a nice little pullback would be decent, but we'll see if we get it. Okay, back to also 2R. Okay, 2R risk to rewards. Which 1%? Okay, fair enough. So you're just looking for smaller chunks in the market. Fair play, fair play. I mean, yeah, I mean, you have to sometimes adapt to the condition of the market. Sometimes it's good to stretch trades and try to go for the home run. Sometimes it's better to take profit earlier and just take your profit and then move on to the next position. What's up, Sammy? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. That is true. That is true. I mean, yeah. I mean, of course, you can keep the pairs you're trading to yourself. You don't have to tell anyone. Um, if someone wants to share, they can feel free to share. You know, there's no judging zone here, but if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. I understand as well, because there will be people who just copy and paste people's trades. But at the end of the day, that's on them. Yeah, that's on them. If someone's trading a certain pair or whatever, got a trade open, and someone just flings that on their account because they see it's open, then if it doesn't go to plan, then it's on them for just copying blindly. Euro NZD. So this one we have seen some brief upside. I was talking about some short-term buys at the low here. We didn't quite get there. Missed it by a few pips. We have seen a bit of upside. So again, longer term, I do think Euro NZD and those particular currency pairs are looking good to fall and reverse on the higher time frames. And looking at the weekly chart here, I do think we're at an area where it could be time to do something like this longer term. So I'm getting ready for that, but at the moment, the market is still pretty bullish as we come back into the high, and we've shown some nice rejection there. At the same time, we've got some lows here we need to contend with. At the same time, this low could drive us higher. So if we can either push back to the high, or if you could push back to the high or break through the low, then you've got some nice selling opportunities. Right now is not the best time for a sell. So if we were to break through, fantastic. Look for a lower high, take the short. Or if we push back into the high, again, that could be a nice place for a short as well. So at least at that point, you're right at the high. If the market is going to respect this area, then you're essentially right at the top, and you could be capitalizing on a really, really big move. Likewise, if you break structure, we've got a bit more confirmation, a bit more sign, a bit more of a sign saying that, okay, the market is likely to go bearish. Look for a retest somewhere, and Bob's your uncle. So yeah, USD again, looking for that longer term reversal. Not quite here yet, but I'm anticipating it to slowly come into fruition. If you're looking at some short trades, some sell trades, you want price to be up high, back at the high there, or break structure, and then of course have your next pullback afterwards. But this is more bullish territory in the 4 hour. Had a lovely swing to the upside. Buyers will be sitting around here, so not the best time to be buying. I mean, to be selling. But if you are looking to buy, then of course this is not a bad area. Maybe we do have one more push down. Can look for some entries in that area and possibly take some buys back up again, because we are still technically bullish on the 4 hour. Push, pullback, push, potentially a pullback. So another buy at that low does make sense. It's just I don't expect it to go too far. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Euro NZD. looking for some longer term sells, but still have some work to do. Let me know what you're looking for on USD as well. In terms of, okay, my favorite pair, so I know that, yeah. I mean, to be fair, people who have been in the stream for a while probably know your favorite pair as well. Aussie New Zealand dollar, yes, I will take a look at AFISI, no problem. So yeah, USD looking for the reversal, but need some development before that happens. In terms of Aussie New Zealand dollar, okay, so we saw a bit more downside yesterday. So again, I'm still bearish on this one. I'm expecting a bigger fall. We had such a strong close in the weekly chart last week. So as we can see, just after the market pinched the high over there, the market had a crazy move down, closed bearish, and I'm anticipating more downside. I think there's a good chance we get back to the low here. So I'm kind of looking for the market to keep falling back to 1.077, and then we'll go from there. At the time being, I'm looking at more downside. So in terms of a nice place for a short, I have been looking at this high here and this low here. So because Aussie New Zealand dollar is so choppy, you kind of want to be looking to sell highs and buy lows. You don't really want to be looking for continuation in the middle of things, because due to the fluctuation in the market, you're going to be prone to getting faked out and getting wicked out just to see price continue in your direction. So what I want to see happen with this one is a push back to resistance. So that way we can get a stop loss above the high. So say we get a nice push up back into the high, stop loss above this area here in a safe place or safer place. And then you can take some shorts around this area, or we have a slightly bigger push into this level here, which would be great, and take a short from up there, again, stop loss above the zone. But essentially, you want to wait for price to come back into structure and then find some trades to go short on, some levels to go short on, and then anticipate the downside, because we had such a strong move. This was our big consolidation. Market broke out of that range, committed to the downside. Now we're looking for that first lower high after that, and then expecting price to continue in that bearish path. And we've got a major swing low here. That could be a target if you're feeling a little bit more if you're feeling a little bit more greedy, you want to push it to the low. You got the lows here, lows there. It's up to you where you want to place your targets. But generally speaking, looking at pullback for Aussie New Zealand dollar for some more downside. So keep a close eye on 1.09846 and also 1.10362 as areas to sell from. Okay, what's up, Holy One of Israel? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. What's up, Rick? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're well. Awesome. Okay, Kadjen, Katsit, Chef. Okay, a bunch of pairs to go through. We'll take a look. If you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you do go and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. But we'll take a look at CAD yen. So again, another yen pair, bit of reaction over the past few days. We've seen some upside as prices come back into really big levels of support. You can see prior to this massive drop, we've had two big reactions here on the daily chart, and the market's floating to the upside. So this is a really important level. I do think longer term we're probably going to break through it and see some lower prices, but at the same time we're probably going to have a bigger pullback from here. But I'm looking at a lower high for us to come back down. So for me, it's about trying to catch where that lower high will form and trying to catch the downside. That's what I'm interested in, because that's where all the momentum lies. I'm not expecting the yen pairs just to absolutely fly back to the moon. I don't think that's realistic based on the way they've moved. Characteristics have changed. It's not a normal pullback. I do think the market's having a reversal here. So yeah, if you do push up again, which I think there's a good chance of us doing, looking for that sell, maybe as we come into this area here, this could be where we're looking for that sell, or even this area up here, which is around 110. So keep an eye on 108, 110 as areas to look to short from. But we have come back into a big level. So you kind of want price to pull away from that before looking for opportunities to take it lower, because, if you're trading the higher time frames, daily, weekly chart, this is a pretty big level. So you do expect to see some type of reaction, which is kind of what we're seeing so far. And we could even have a bigger pullback, but I think 108 and 110 are smart areas to look for, and see some continuation. I mean, if I draw a fib from the high to the low, so yeah, we've just about come to the 50, 0.618 is there as well, 0.786 is there. So it's up to the market how far it wants to pull back before it decides to continue. But for now, 108, 110 look like a really nice areas. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with CAD. In terms of CAD CHF, this one created all-time lows not too long ago. If we go to the weekly chart, yeah, really big push to the downside. So I actually think for CAD CHF, probably a bigger move to the upside at some point because it needs to retrace. I mean, there's still a lot of bearish momentum in it. I think we're retesting this low at the, yeah, are we? Yeah, just about. So again, the thing about selling at all-time lows is that your all-time lows, you expect in the market to find support and push up at some point. So I don't really like selling when the market's at all-time lows or buying it at all-time highs and vice versa as well, just because there's no structure to work with really. And when we're at all-time lows or all-time highs, you do expect the market to reverse pretty soonish. So for CAD CHF, again, it's not a bad place to sell because we are retesting that low there. So if the market was to do something like this, come back into the high there, this could be a nice little short there. But my only worry is that I don't expect it to go too far. I don't expect it to go too far because of the fact that we're all-time lows. It might be a push down, price might form a high low somewhere, and decides it wants to push up higher, which is what I expect the bigger move to be. If you go back and look at previous price action when the market does make all-time lows, not too long after, we do normally snap back and see a big move higher up, or when we make all-time highs, the market does normally come back down pretty soon after, on average. Not every time, but most times. So the fact is, CAD CHF has made such a huge move down. I'm expecting in the near future a bigger move up again. So any sells we take, I'm not expecting them to be crazy moves, because like I said, I think the bigger move will be to the upside. So I would say keep an eye on this area here, which is around 0.619. That could be a nice little target. Could still easily get 1 to 2, 1 to 3 there, depending on the entry. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Cover the list of the day. I know. Just gave me four pairs to look at in a row. Good morning, Rebecca. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Welcome. Okay, no problem. We'll have a good one with the phone calls. Raheel pound USD. Okay, we'll take a look as well. Just need to take a look at Aussie CHF and Aussie CAD. So with Aussie CHF, yeah, this one I'm still interested in for downside. Again, effectively, I want price to retrace a little bit further because I'm looking at some shorts around here. Lovely level of support. We broke through for a lot of momentum. Never really came back for that retest. So I do want to see price come up, retest that level again, and then look for some shorts. And again, I'm not going to be looking to take price back to the low. I mean, I will have a trading stop loss, so I'll see how far I can push it. But I think realistically, it's a big ask for price to make that move. But yeah, in terms of a smart place for a sell, this is a good one. 0.572. If price can kind of slowly make its way up there, that would be very great. And then yeah, looking for a short, because we are quite corrective in this move anyway. So this tells me it's most likely just a pullback for price to continue It's not like we're just completely reversing. Price is taking its time. So hopefully we can continue that for maybe a day or two. And then, yeah, looking at some shorts around 0.57, 400, 200, around that area. But yeah, still pretty bearish in Aussie Swiss. Now, I like this one because we haven't made all-time lows yet either. So the market still has a reason to go lower because there will be a lot of liquidity underneath this low here. And we came so close to it, but we didn't quite make it happen. So this tells me that price will eventually make that low. Just like New Zealand CHF did, just like Euro CHF did, just like CAD CHF did. And I think Pound CHF in good time will make the move as well. But this one's got a lot more work to do before it gets back to that low. So yeah, Aussie CHF looking at another push down, but hopefully a bigger pullback. In terms of Aussie CAD, so yeah, Aussie CAD, we did see sort of another lower high form yesterday. I was talking about these previous lower highs, 1, 2. I said looking for a third one in this area. We did have a nice drop there to the downside. However, haven't really got going. How do we close in the daily? I mean, there is a world where you still can fulfill that wick. And yeah, I'll still keep that bias for now because we haven't really broken through any structure yet. We're still respecting these highs. So I would still be looking for some shorts. We've got some lovely support here, which we turn resistance, kind of where we sold from yesterday. So yeah, I would be still looking at sells at these areas. As soon as we break through that, that's where I'll scrap that bias for the time being, because I kind of still do expect this wick to fill. So if that wick's going to fill, there's a long way to go to the downside. And then you want price to remain putting in those lower highs, remain holding that structure if the wick is going to fill as well. So you're kind of looking for shorts around the 0.902 area. Again, maybe a double top of the high, that would be nice. And then take some shorts there. But what you don't want to see is price breaking through this, because then that will invalidate that bias completely. At that point, we're probably looking at something like this and a continuation to the upside. So we can talk about that at a later date if that does come into play. But for now, still respecting structure, still printing lower highs, still seeing some nice momentum to the downside as well. So yeah, a retest of the high could be where you're looking for your entry, stop loss above the high, and then looking to target at least back to these lows here, and maybe if we're lucky, back to the wick low. But yeah, Aussie CAD anticipating more shorts as we maintain that bearish descending structure. Pound USD. So yeah, Pound USD, I'm still kind of looking for the buys, but they're not really there yet. Or I'm not too sure if they will ever be really. At least the setup I'm looking for. If I go to the daily chart, again, the move, the swing I'm still looking at is push, pullback, push, pullback, push, another pullback. I'm looking for a push to the upside. So that is the plan at play, or at least my plan at play. I'm just looking to try and find that buy to take it back to the swing. And what I said coming into the week was I'm looking for price to break out of this descending channel, which is this channel here. And then I'll be looking to take positions once we've seen that break on a pullback. And then looking for the buy, something like this, over there to take it to the upside. So simple stuff, just waiting for us to make that move first and then look for the pullbacks rather than trying to call the reversal, because this retracement has been so prolonged. At this point, I'm not too sure if it's retracement anymore, just because it's been continuing for so long. Euro USD made a clean move, which is why I'm kind of liking Euro a lot more at the moment, because Euro had that same descending channel, which didn't last as long. We had a really sharp breakout to the upside. So now I'm waiting for Euro to get that retest for the buy. So it's kind of like Euro USD is a few days ahead of Pound USD in terms of the price action of what I'm looking for. So hopefully price can push down. I'll look for some buys there. We take it higher. Whereas Pound, we're still kind of slowly falling. And I wonder, is price going to take out this low hit? If it does, then that will scrap altogether that bullish bias. Because if we do take out that low, that means that price is probably just going to continue going lower. We don't want price to take out that low, at least from a bullish perspective. If we end up doing that, then that means, that bullish bias isn't going to happen, or most likely isn't going to happen. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm still waiting for pound, but at the moment, we're just kind of slowly still falling. So I mean, if you're looking for shorts, it's not a bad area. I mean, not a bad structure for that. I mean, if we keep falling, could be some shorts in the pullback, try and catch the next one. As you can see, price has been very consistent with them. So could be seeing another one. But let's wait to see what the next move is. If we break to the downside, then yeah, keep an eye on the lows there, especially if we take out that low. Could be a nice little short there as well. So yeah, hopefully that made sense on pound USD. But if you're looking for intraday, I think shorts are the best. If you're looking for a swing, then yeah, I'm looking for that big move higher, but it's got some work to do. If you're looking for some intraday opportunities on pounds, then it's probably best just to keep with that short bias because the market just keeps rolling over, and look for something like this to get involved with. Yadish, I will take a look at gold. Buys from 23.38. What do you think? Okay, we'll have a look. See. And Pascal, New Zealand CAD, we will have a look. See as well. So 23.38. Let me mark that on the chart. Okay, so that's around there-ish. So yeah, what time frame are you looking to buy on? Let me know what you're working with. Me, I'm not such a big fan, I must admit. I mean, I don't know. Let me invert that chart. Yeah, actually, it's not a bad area, I must say, actually, because we didn't actually create a new low here. Although we did come in and respect it, but we didn't pierce the low. So if we do push up, could see a reaction to push down, and we're kind of still forming those lower highs there. So yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, I just don't like the fact that we double topped it so hard there. So I'm wondering, it probably is a nice place for a buy, but yeah, are we going to create new highs from that? Possibly, could be. It might be a situation where we have a nice reaction, kind of push up halfway, and then might fall over again. But as long as you're managing your trade accordingly, you should be fine with that. But yeah, in terms of the location, I think it's a decent location because we've got the low here, which price can go and take out. And we've also got this area here, which was an area I was focusing on like a couple of weeks ago when we were having this move here. There was two areas I was looking to buy from, this being the first one and that area being the second. Of course, we never got there, so I kind of forgot about that level. But yeah, I don't mind it, to be fair. I don't mind it. And I think price is likely going to make a move down anyway, at least to this area. If it does hold, then yeah, we might push up from here. If it doesn't hold, then yeah, I think this will be the next best area. So yeah, I like that. I like the 23.38, I must say. I'm not too sure if we're going to create new highs though, because look at the way the market is rejecting the high there. Big rejection and a double top, big rejection there. Not the healthiest price action you'll see from gold, I must admit. But yeah, in terms of location, I think it makes sense. Afternoon, Antonio. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Casperio, good day to you as well. Okay, looking to buy it on the daily chart. Okay, so you take entries on the daily. Fair play, fair play. But yeah, from a high time frame perspective, I think that's a nice place for a swing. It's a nice place for a swing. Just yeah, this double top there, I do not like it. Okay, we'll take a look at NZD CAD next. What's up, Guatemala? Welcome to the stream. Hope I'm saying your name correctly. If I am saying anyone's name wrong, just feel free to correct me. So yeah, NZD CAD. So NZD CAD, I think we did reject the high. I'm pretty sure, yes, we did. So yeah, yesterday I was talking about some sells back at this area here. Because I'm still pretty bearish on NZD CAD. I do think longer term the market is slowly making its way back to the low here. I do think this bearish move is still at play, and I think we got a good chance of making it back to that low there. And then hopefully we can see price probably continue a lot further. But in terms of a good place for an entry, back at the high was a sensible place because you get a nice place for a stop loss. You're kind of getting rid of all of this noise here, which is where the market was just very, very choppy, hard to predict what the market was going to do next. At least at the high, you're looking for a sell at the high, stops above. Price is looking pretty good. So if you're not in the trade up there, I think the kind of the ship is sailed, the train's left the station, unless we'd come back there again. Unless we'd come back there again a third time. Keep an eye out for that. That could be a possibility. But if we don't, then I think that the train's left the station because now the lower we fall, the more awkward it gets for a sell. If anything, it's not the worst place in the world for a buy. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but it makes sense. We might have a bit of a reaction before breaking through. So that could be another opportunity you look at. But I think the bigger move is still to the downside. So any buyers, I would just expect them to be pullbacks for the market to keep falling. But yeah, effectively the best place would have been at the high, as we were explaining yesterday. Now the market's really had a bit of a reaction. You'd want price to go to that high again, find an entry, stop loss above, and see if you can catch a nice swing. But yeah, the deeper we fall, the more awkward it gets to sell, especially if we're back at support as well. So yeah, NZD CAD looking for a big sell. We've rejected some nice areas here on the left, and now I'm expecting price just to continue south. Paul, okay, on the hour. Okay, so you derive that location, that area to buy from on the daily chart, then you scale down to the 1 hour to enter, Yadish. Okay, yeah, 1 hour confirmation. Okay. I guess it's similar to me then, similar to me as well. Pauline, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Hello, hello, hello. Tetelestai, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Eurocads, after correction, any signs of shorts? Okay, we'll take a look at that one as well. Rick, Swiss yen, no problemo. We'll take a look. Lesogo, what is up? Hello, hello. New Zealand dollar, we will take a look as well. Antonio, scalpers are having a field day. I'm on the sidelines so far. Yeah, I mean, the market will give opportunities and it goes round in circles. Swing traders will be loving life, then scalpers, then day traders. Yeah, everyone gets their fair share. Again, the market's unique. We don't know what to expect really. Like for example, the year has been very, very choppy this year for 2024. I know price has expanded the past kind of couple of weeks, and we're seeing a lot of momentum, which is great. But for the most of 2024, it's been very, very choppy compared to 2023, and very much so compared to 2022. So conditions will come and go, and sometimes scalpers will have a lot of luck, and sometimes they won't do as well. I think a very important part of trading is maneuvering through the conditions and understanding when it's time to put your foot on the pedal and when it's time to put your foot on the brake and reel it in. Because sometimes conditions will be really, really, really good for you, and then you just want to attack the market, not in terms of, okay, I'm going to risk my whole account on a trade, but just in terms of you taking opportunities, you're not really hesitating. You just, like clockwork. And then sometimes it's a bit more corrective, a bit more choppy, conditions don't favor you, and that's the time you want to hold back and really be selective with your trades. And those times will come and go and interchange with one another. But yeah, don't worry, setups will come. Yeah, NZD CAD, looking at that sell in terms of Euro CAD. Yeah, I'll take a look at Euro CAD next, and I'll go to Swiss yen. So yeah, Euro CAD, we did see a bit more downside yesterday. Actually, where were we trading yesterday? I haven't really gone anywhere. I think we're trading around there. But yeah, Euro CAD, we've seen some downside, well, the past few days anyway, a really big move down. Again, I'm still longer term bullish on NZD CAD, but I kind of want to see price come into this area around 1.49. Get the old Fibonacci out. Got the 50% there as well. So I kind of want to see a bit more downside to that level. Are you looking for shorts? Any sign for shorts? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do think we will continue to fall because this is a really strong impulse, and this is a pretty strong impulse back down. So this is kind of like the inverse V-shaped pattern I talk about, which normally resembles more downside. So I do think we'll continue to fall, and I do think we'll get back to 1.49, which is the level I just spoke about. So I think there's a good chance we get there. So therefore, you can look to trade it there if you want to. In terms of opportunities, I feel like as we come back into structure around here, this is kind of where you're looking to short from, which is basically this bullish candle here in the 4-hour. I'd expect price to continue to sell off. So we might have one more push up and then a sell. So keep an eye out for that. This afternoon, we might push up one more time, maybe take out the high there, and this will be your sell to short. As long as we don't take out this high here, if we go and take out that high, then yeah, we probably actually are pushing up. But as long as we don't take it out, get a sell in this area, which is that 4-hour wick, I think that is the location you're looking for. Targets back at the low, or maybe if you want to push it a little bit further, you do have 1.49 down there. But that would be the opportunity I'd look at if I was looking to short EuroCAD intraday. Something like that. Because we're quite choppy here now, so I don't want to place any entries there. But if we have another push up, get people excited, and then come back down, this could be your location for a trade. So keep an eye on that for EuroCAD. I do think there's still more downside in the tank. And I'm looking at 1.49. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. I'll take a look at Swiss yen next, then NZD/USD as well. Dollar yen, we'll take a look too. No problem, Pascal. Happy to help. Alo, welcome to the stream. We're short Nasdaq yesterday, going well so far. Haven't actually looked at the indices yet, so I'll make sure to take a look. But I have been anticipating more downside. I think I was looking at S&P and Nasdaq yesterday. But yeah, I'll touch on that as well. Thank you. I make big sense. That is good. No problem. Happy to help. Jay Smith. Interesting. I've got a friend who has a Jay Smith as well. Yeah, we'll take a look at pound yen. No problem. Let me go through Swiss yen. I'll go through Swiss yen, dollar yen, and pound yen whilst I'm on the topic of the yen pairs anyway. So yeah, CHF JPY. This one was a bit awkward yesterday to catch. I've been looking for a short on Swiss yen, but didn't quite catch the entry up here, unfortunately. We have seen some downside since then, but it has been quite corrective. So I have touched upon this, but we have seen very corrective moves for the yen pairs. You can see Swiss yen kind of falling down slowly. Dollar yen, if I touch on that one, you can see falling down very slowly there as well. And pound yen likewise too, falling down very slowly. So I wonder, are these moves potentially corrections of this big move here? If that's the case, then there is a good chance we see another push up higher. But I do think it's for prices to come right back down. So the bigger move for me is likely still to be back to the swing low for all of them. I think they will come back down to that low. It's just how far will we pull back first before we do drop back down to that low. So with CHF JPY, I like this area here a lot, just above where we're trading. So if we were to push into that area, could knock some people out the trade who have stop losses here, get into some nice entries up there, and then take advantage of the swing back to that low. And that risk reward is looking pretty good. Dollar yen, something similar too. I like this area here, brief support there on the 4 hour, around 149. If I can draw, there we go. So 149, I'm looking for a push into that same area there too. So hopefully we can get a third drive higher. And again, looking for the same trade for push back into the swing low, which is this area here at 142. So that will become the entry. And then pound yen, same thing. And again, all the yen pairs are moving very similar. So they do the same thing really. It's just about which yen pair you want to trade, which yen pair looks the best in terms of risk to reward, and entry and all that jazz. But this one as well, I mean, I like this area here for pound yen, but I'm not too sure if we have enough juice to get there. There are some lower time frame areas here on the left, which we might come into, but yeah, I don't think we get all the way up there. But again, for pound yen, looking at something similar, drive higher, and the pushback into that low. There is a chance where we could just fall from here. We don't necessarily have to push up one more time. Same thing for dollar yen. We could just fall from here. We don't have to push up one more time. Same thing with Swiss yen and every other yen pair. We can just fall from here. But the only thing is, we don't want to place trades in this area because we don't really have really good stop loss placements and we're just in an awkward area in general because buyers will be looking to get involved here. Same thing for dollar yen as well. So don't really want to place entries there. Want to place entries up here or at least close to the high there. So I can get good stop loss placement, good risk to reward, and I'm just in a better location in general. Same for pound yen too. So yeah, hopefully another move up higher, then some shorts, and I'll be targeting the swing lows. So yeah, that's the plan on the yen pairs. Where were we? So yeah, Swiss yen, dollar yen, and pound yen. Hopefully that made sense. We'll take a look at NZD USD next for Sogo, and then we'll take a look at Nasdaq. Pauline, I haven't gone through Aussie dollar, pound Aussie, or pound NZD. Just went through UJ there, but I will be sure to take a look at Aussie dollar, GA, and GN as well. What's up, Manny? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Good morning, or good afternoon. GU will take a look at as well. No problem, Rick. Happy to help. Good morning, Dark Sean. Welcome to the stream. What have you missed? Not much, to be fair. The markets haven't moved too much. I've just been explaining on the yen pairs. I'm looking for a bit of a pullback, and one will move higher before I take the sell because we've had very corrected moves down pretty much for all of them. So I've got a feeling we've got one more move up. If it does happen, that would be great because I was looking to short it right back down. Anyway, in terms of NZD USD, this one's just been a bit awkward, really, because I'm very bearish on USD on the dollar itself. So DXY, I'm anticipating this to keep falling, have longer term targets all the way back at that low there at 101. So in my book, I really just want to be looking to buy the dollar crosses, so buy euro, buy pound, buy Aussie. However, Aussie and New Zealand dollar just have been so weak in terms of the currency itself. Aussie and New Zealand dollar have just been very weak. It's difficult to buy them, but euro looks pretty good. Pound, if it develops a bit better, could look good as well. Dollar CHF is already tanked, so it's a bit hard to sell that one. But yeah, Euro USD looks the best. So I'm kind of looking at this for DXY to happen, so push up, then a big sell. But at the same time, I'm not really seeing the buys here for New Zealand dollar, especially in the higher time frames, which is still marginally bearish. Can probably even but yeah, it's not moving well. That's the point I'm trying to come across, get across. Anyway, in terms of just areas to look at in terms of trading opportunities, I would still keep an eye on this area here as a nice place for a short. And in terms of a long, I mean, we already came off this low here, so that's really been said and done. I'm not too sure if I'll look for a buy here, just in the middle of nowhere, really. So if I was looking to trade NZUSD, I will look for some sells, but it will be short term and it'll be off this high here, because this move has been pretty corrective, which tells me there's a good chance if we do get to this high, we'll probably react with it. Will we see a big swing back to the low? Possibly, but I don't really have a longer term bias right now for NZUSD. And if USD is going to be weak, then that should take New Zealand dollar higher at some stage as well. So yeah, when I'm not too sure about the longer term bias on a pair, I just want to be trading smaller moves and managing to trade a bit more aggressively because I'm not confident as to where the market's going to go. And just because I have a bias of where the market is going as well doesn't mean I'm always correct, but at least I know we have the potential to run that far, so I can be a bit more lenient with my trade management. But in this case of NZUSD, it's a nice place for a short. We did break through for a lot of momentum, never really came back for a retest. So I do think if we can get there, moving in this current manner, I do think we'll probably have a nice reaction. So it looks like a good place for a short. Just how far we go, I'm not too sure. I'll keep an eye on these areas here because they well could, send the market back up against you. So take that into consideration. But NZUSD, I like a short up there, 0.604. But yeah, I don't really have a clear-cut bias for this one just yet on the higher time frames. Excuse me. Okay, so I'll take a look at NASDAQ next, then we'll go through Aussie dollar, pound Aussie, pound NZD. GU will throw that in the mix as well. What's up, more? Welcome back. Okay, no problem, man. Busy. Trade safely, but not too much, of course. Not too safe. Got to take a bit of risk here and there. DAX, FTSE, okay, I'll take a look at them when I get to NAS, which will be now. Okay, no problem. Happy to help. So yeah, NAS, I said you're short in that one. Okay, nice little sell-off there. So yeah, NAS, I was talking about a couple areas. I was talking about this area here yesterday because we had a gap, a brief little doji there. And I was talking about this area here as well as two places you could be looking for a short, because last week we had such an incredible sell-off to the downside. Was that last week? Yeah, it was last week. And then this week, looking for a correction of that move for price to have another sell-off back to the low. So that's all I'm looking for NAS and S&P as well. Yeah, S&P did the same thing from the same area. And yeah, looking for a swing back into the low. I'm pretty much there for the S&P. NAS, we still got a little bit more of a way to go. But I would expect prices to eventually get there. Might slowly roll over there, but that's where I do see NAS ending up. So yeah, I would still expect more downside. Again, longer term, still very, very bullish. I don't think we're going to go through any crazy correction here. We do have a major high over here for NAS. We may be slowly working our way to that area before price decides it wants to go bullish again. That could be very much the case. S&P, there's a major high over there. We are pretty far away, but we've also got a low here as well. That could move price too. So again, sooner or later, I do think we'll push back up again. But for now, I do see a bit more downside. In terms of the DAX and the FTSE, oh, okay, I haven't analyzed this one in a while. Big move down. So yeah, with this one, there is room. I think we've just about come into this area, or not. Might have missed it by a little bit. We've got the high over here as well. Even got that high there too. Again, I'm just marking on areas where price could get to before it might bounce higher, because this is still very much a bullish market. So I need to keep a very close eye on the big levels where buyers would be looking to put positions on, because that's probably where we're going to react and where the market could be gravitated towards before we do continue that bullish trend. So I don't think we actually quite came and tested this area here. I think we just missed it. Yeah, so we might see a bit more downside. Maybe the market goes and fills that wick. On the 4 hour, yeah, I mean, I would expect the same thing, really. Took out this low here, took out that low there. Very correct to move here. So if we don't sell off from here for the DAX, for the German index, if we don't sell off from there, we might see a bit more upside to this area, that low. Let me just clean up the chart a little bit. Maybe we have a bigger pullback to this area, which I doubt we will, but it's a possibility. So I'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, I'm expecting the DAX to fall over from here or just underneath 18K. In terms of the FTSE, okay, FTSE, big move down. Again, FTSE, kind of similar situation as well. Okay, this one really has tagged some big areas. So yeah, this is bullish territory down there. But we may roll over again, could double bottom and then bounce. I don't think we'll shoot up straight away. So again, for the sells, same kind of area there too, or this area here. I'll expect us to sell off from there. Then maybe we bounce and push bullish, or we sell off from there. And again, the same reversal could happen. So yeah, for the indices, I think we do have another leg lower, judging the price action. But by no means do I think we're going to have prolonged bearishness, at least according to price action. Maybe fundamentals have something else in store. But yeah, from the price action, we are coming very, very close to some big areas of where buyers could be stepping in on the higher time frame. So I do expect to see reactions there. We already had a bit of a reaction there for the FTSE. So, but yeah, this is still really corrective. So likely chance of us falling. There's a strong likely chance we'll fall, but like I said, I think we'll probably reverse if we do come back down there again. But yeah, that's kind of my take for the indices for now. I mean, if indices fall, that means dollar will most likely be bullish, which is good, because if that happens, then dollar might make that move up on wanting, which could help euro make that move down on wanting for some buys later on. We'll see anyway. It's all speculation. So yeah, hopefully that made sense on the indices. We'll go back to Forex for a little bit. I'll go through Aussie dollar, pound Aussie, pound NZD, GU as well. Considering a short on either, yeah, I think we're at some nice places for shorts. Yeah, it just depends which one you'd rather. I think they both look pretty good. Yeah, depending on the entry, the risk reward, that'll be up to you. If you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way, finding it useful, please be sure to smash the like button. It really does help out the channel. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Yeah, stay in touch and contact with the channel. Hit the bell so you don't miss out any streams or uploads in the future as well. But I do appreciate everyone who has liked the stream so far. So yeah, Euro USD looking for that upside. If I go to Aussie dollar, so again with this one, it's just a bit awkward right now. I'm not too sure what I want to do with this pair. If I'm not sure what I want to do with a pair, then I just don't trade it really. And yeah, that's kind of the current situation we're in, or at least I'm in. So yeah, with Aussie dollar having such a big reaction at that low, I have pointed out a couple of areas in the 4 hour where we could sell off from, but I'm not too sure if I'm expecting such a huge sell off where it continues the move. It might just be a reaction before we go higher. So I'm looking at Aussie dollar. I did point out this area here yesterday. We just missed it out by a few pips. So I think we can see a bit more upside. Test that area today, probably have another reaction. But again, it might just be something like this before price finds its feet and then pushes back up again. So yeah, be careful of that. It might be a move like this, which is still a nice move to catch. And you can still profit in that move, but it might mean the bigger move is still higher up, which is also why keep an eye on this area here. That still could be a nice place for a sell off that low there. Because let's not forget we had such a bearish move here. This move is still very corrective, so it could still be a pullback of that move. It's just due to the high time frame conditions, I kind of doubt it, because we're kind of in a big consolidation right now. So I have no idea what price is really doing. I know high time frames we've been pretty bearish, but we're kind of losing that momentum and we're kind of just bouncing back and forth a little bit. So I don't know, maybe price is gearing up for a big reversal or looking to continue. We'll wait and see. All I can say is that higher time frames are not clear right now. So I'm kind of just taking it day by day, week by week with the Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar price action, because they're both very, very choppy right now. But I like that low. I like that low there as well. So should we get there, I do think we can see some nice reactions and some downside. So yeah, but the awkward thing is I'm also pretty bullish. I'm pretty bearish on USD as well. So if USD falls, that should drive Aussie and New Zealand dollar up. So yeah, just a lot of contradiction there. So trying to stay away from those pairs and just focus more on Euro. So hopefully we can see a move down. This one's looking pretty bearish at the moment. Hopefully that can push down and then some buys later on. Okay, so did Aussie dollar. We'll take a look at GA and GN next. So pound Aussie. Have I talked about pound Aussie yet? I don't think I have. No, I haven't mentioned this one yet. So yeah, with pound Aussie, again, I'm looking for a massive reversal with this one. Look at that weekly candle, by the way. I know it's still Thursday. We've still got another day and 11 hours left before the candle does close. But if it does close like that, that's a humongous rejection. I do think longer term, we're going to have a really big sell-off for pound Aussie, something like that, because we're forming these major highs here, one over there, second over there. Nice little double top. I think we're gonna have a big sell. So I'm gearing up for some reversals, but I'm taking it step by step. So we had a really nice wick here, kind of broke out of this range. So now I'm kind of waiting for price to pull back into that lower high and then take some shorts. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. We are trading in a big level of support right now. So now is definitely not the best time to be looking for any sells. But if we can pull back, that'll be fantastic. We had a bit of a reaction there yesterday. I did say there might be some short-term buys, but I think the bigger move is the downside. So I wouldn't hold on to that trade for too long because I do think pound Aussie will keep falling and eventually come back into these lows here. So pound Aussie, I do think there's a lot of downside in store, so keep a close eye on the shorts. If we do see some upside, most likely it's for price to form a lower high. We've had a pretty aggressive move here to the downside, so looking for price to take a bit of a breather on that and then continue south. So that's kind of where I'm at with pound Aussie. So keep an eye on 1.955. Pound NZD, similar situation as well. This one's a little bit cleaner with momentum. Really strong move up, big move down, lower high printed in. Nice break to the downside. I'm looking for a pullback of that for some more downside there as well. So in theory, just a retest of that low would do the trick. It's kind of like a head and shoulder pattern, left head and right shoulder. Maybe not the cleanest one in the world, but it kind of does the job. If I use the pattern there, so left, there's your head, there's your right, and that would be a neckline. So looking for the retest of that for more downside. Again, similar to pound Aussie, I do think pound NZD is going to have a big reversal here as well. Again, we've had a really big sell-off here on the weekly, monthly chart. And looking at this as a big correction, we've just pushed back into the swing high. I think we're going to have another move down. So yeah, longer term, I do think we have some really nice places where a reversal could happen. So I'm anticipating it. And dropping to the 4 hour, we're seeing some bearish structure come into play with some nice momentum too. So that makes me even more confident about that bias. So yeah, just looking for opportunities around here. Let me draw that again around there and then take some shorts to the downside. And if we pull back from here, yeah, that could be your target. Just back into the swing low. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at there for pound NZD. But yeah, pound NZD, Euro NZD, pound Aussie, Euro Aussie, those currency pairs, I'm looking for big reversals on them. Particularly pound Aussie and pound NZD, they look very, very clean. So I like them to the downside. Euro NZD, Euro Aussie look okay, but they've got a bit of work to do. And again, I'm not looking to trade them all, just seeing whichever gives me the best opportunity. Darkshon, no, I do not have any open positions at the moment. I've been very, very busy with elevating traders at the moment, so haven't had much time to be looking at the charts really. So yeah, haven't placed any trades. Yeah, I mean, I was keeping a close eye on the yen pairs, but the entry came outside of my hours anyway. So even if it did give me the signal, I mean, even if I was there to take the trade, it was outside my hours anyway. But yeah, I've been very, very busy, so I haven't had much time to trade at the moment. Yes, I did take a look at gold. In theory, looking for some buys around 23.70. Not the biggest fan of gold, I must say, at the moment, all because of just how we respected the high. which is this over here. Let me just draw that a little bit cleaner. So, big level resistance there. Market rejected it pretty heavily, which is not really a strong characteristic of a healthy moving uptrend. You don't want price to be, it can reject the high, it's not gonna be perfect, but at least don't reject the high aggressively, and you want it to break the high pretty soon after. We had a lovely move to the high there. Market rejected it very, very strongly. Really big candles pushing to the downside there. So although gold is still very much bullish for me, we haven't broken through any major structure yet. You can clearly see the trends to the upside there. So we're focusing on buys, or at least I am anyway, from a swing point of view. But I want to be buying low, I want to be buying deep because of the way the market's moving. We're very, very corrective, showing a lot of fluctuation now. The best place for a buy is kind of as low as possible, whilst we're still keeping the uptrend. So I've been speaking about since the week started, since Tuesday. A retest of this low could be a really smart place for a buy because we can get a decent stop loss underneath that area, and we're still respecting previous higher lows as well. So I like 2370. Also, this area here is not too bad should we have a deeper pullback, but for now, because we're still obeying that structure, this is where my focus would lie, and we'll go from there. It may just be for another test of the high before we push down again, but we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, I'm very bullish on gold, higher time frames like daily, weekly, monthly. Nothing's really changed on those time frames, so the bias is still very much the same. So that's still the direction I want to trade in. However, I'm not blind to the lower time frames. I can see they're very choppy now. I can see the market's fading at the high. All not good signs for gold. But yeah, that's still the direction I want to trade in. Is anyone in any positions at the moment? I know there's some people in some yen pairs, but they're moving a little bit awkward for me right now. Hopefully they can move up. Maybe not for the people who are trading them, but for my sake, I hope they can have one more push higher so I can have some sales. And I think there's a good chance they do just because of how correct we're moving. Low rejection there to the downside. It does look good for another move up. And then I can play some shorts. Or at least hopefully if I'm not busy and I'm at the charts, then I will play some shorts. That's Maina. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Ready on gold buys, shorting UJ and GJ. Nice. Is that all? Is that all from today? Are those positions you entered today, or you've been holding them from early on the week? Heard one Israel EU buys to the high. Okay, I'm looking at getting EU buys as well. Just kind of hoping for a deeper retracement. But yeah, we were looking pretty bullish this morning. So I wonder, has the high low already printed in, and is the market going to push up back to the high? Could be. Could be. That's the thing about pullbacks. You don't know how far the market will pull back before it does continue the trade, continue the trend. I'm looking at an area slightly deeper around here, 1.086. So I'm waiting to see if that happens or not. But I'm looking for a similar move back to the high there as well. I assume this is the high you're talking about, 1.1. Okay, binary options. Fair play. Never traded that before. Don't really know much about it, to be honest. 1.09123, 09123. Okay, that's around here somewhere, right at the low. So yeah, in a comfy place. If the market is going to hold that low, then you basically caught the low of it, and the market's going to rally to the upside. Are you break even at the moment? How are you looking to manage that position? Trading stops or partials? What's the plan with that? But yeah, I'll wait to see if price can push a little bit lower. Ruin your party a bit, but we'll see. I'm looking at a similar trade as well. All right, no problem, Antonio. Have a good one. See you in the next one. I mean, I will be live later today with Trading Nick on his channel. So if people are about and want to see more of the analysis, I think there is some news this afternoon for dollar. Let me just check. Yeah, so there's jobless claims at 1:30. So I'll be going live with Nick just after that news announcement. So we'll probably cover a bit of that, see what's happened, see how that's affected the market. But yeah, I'll be around like 2 hours and 2.5 hours from now. But I'll post the link when the stream goes live. Okay, correct that high. Okay, if it breaks the low. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it does break the low, then it might be coming here, so you might be able to have another stab at it. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So far, it's looking pretty sweet. Hopefully that continues for you, but then again, hopefully it doesn't, because I want price to pull back a little bit so I can buy it too. Okay, it's crazy. Place a bet on price moving higher or lower on a target time. Okay. Okay, right. Yeah, someone has explained that to me before, but yeah, I don't think I really understood. But it's like trading, but it has to be done within a certain time period. I assume. So it's like I'm expecting Euro USD to be at a certain price by a certain time. Is that the case? Yeah, it's me being a bit selfish there, but gotta be a bit selfish sometimes. How's dollar looking? I mean, basically just looks like Euro USD upside down, to be honest. It's a little bit bullish, but not much to take away from that. Overall, it's a little bit sideways. Just depends what dollar wants to do. If it's going to break down first or push up first, we'll see. But yeah, I think maybe the news this afternoon might play a factor. I mean, it's nothing crazy. Jobless claims isn't something I would worry about, but it can move the market a bit. To be fair, I think Nick trades binary options as well. But yeah, I've never looked at it before. I've always CFDs in trading Forex. But maybe one day I'll look into it a bit more. So yeah, in terms of my watch list, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it hasn't really changed since yesterday. It's dollar yen still there, Swiss yen still there, euro yen still there as well. I'm just kind of waiting to see if we can get these moves up higher first and then take the sell. And I think we can, just because it's just so corrective. You know, we've had some nice rejection there, but hasn't amounted to much. So I don't know, maybe a bit of news comes in. How's the Japanese index looking? Is that one looking corrective as well? Yeah, sort of. A bit of a move down there, but hasn't really set the world alight. Still pretty corrective too. So I'm still looking for this one to fall back into the low. Again, maybe we do push up one more time first, and then we get a nice sell. I mean, there is a low all the way up here, but I don't think we get that. It would be nice for a little retest of that, then a sell, but I would be asking for a lot. But yeah, I imagine us rolling over. Just need to be careful with the timing. That's all. But yeah, Japanese index might push up one more time, then we get a big sell, and that'll be great because that's what I'm expecting for the yen pairs as well. Dollar pairs is still a little bit difficult to trade for me. Apart from euro looks pretty clear, so I know what I want to do with that. But dollar CAD, New Zealand dollar, dollar CHF as well, silver and gold, they're kind of So when they're that situation, I just leave it alone. And CAD pairs look all right as well. Okay, something like that. The downside is the payout. Okay, right. Bet $10, you win $9.20. So the total return be 19. Okay, but then you lose all your bet as well. Okay. Okay, so it's like you're putting up money for the bet, and then you either lose that money if it doesn't play out. Okay. I mean, trading is trading at the end of the day. I assume you're just using technical analysis as well. You're just trading how you trade any other market. Just the type of trading is just different. But yeah, I don't think that's really that's not really big over here in the UK. A lot of the traders I know, no one's really mentioned trading binary options. I feel like it's a lot bigger in the States. Okay. So yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out already, check out the Discord channel. It is at the top of the chat. Completely free to join. We'll be um, sharing trade ideas there, discussions there, sharing opinions, charting, sharing charts there as well. So if you are interested in that, make sure you check it out. And of course, discount opportunities for elevating traders when we do launch it as well. So Make sure you go check out that Discord if you haven't done so already. Oh, it's banned, but you can still trade it. Wow. Sounds like Betfred. Oh, okay. You don't pay tax for your winnings. That's probably the big incentive then. I wonder why that's the case. Why you don't pay tax? Hey, that's the case. That's not bad. I had no idea that's the case. Is that in the UK or the US or just in general? Okay, post a phone Discord. Okay, fair enough. Oh, okay, in the UK. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't really know much about it, so I'd have to do some research. But yeah, not paying taxes is it's not a bad incentive, I must say. How is Pound Sea Chef doing? It looks like it's yeah, I might have missed the boat with this one. Looks like it's really breaking structure to the downside. If it can have one more push up, that'd be great. But I don't know. It's not looking likely. Aussie Seed Chef, that one's kind of a bit choppy, but if it does push up, that would be good as well. A lot of pairs at the moment are kind of just waiting for kind of one more move up before the sell because I want to be trading at the highs or fresh highs so I can get a better stop loss placement and a better entry as well, of course. But yeah, I've come to learn that execution just is very, very important in trading because developing bias isn't too particularly hard. Because at the end of the day, the market is either going to go up or down, and all you have to do is just analyze the market and determine is the chance of it going higher more likely or is it going lower more likely. If the chance of the market going higher is more likely, then you're looking for buying opportunities. Then all it comes to is your timing and your execution. If you're timing the market well, if you're not timing it well, then your P&L won't reflect that, even though you might be getting your bias generally correct. I feel like a lot of people probably in that situation as well, where they're calling market direction pretty well. Of course, not 100% of the time, but in general, they're calling it pretty well. But their P&L is still in the red. And that just comes down to your timing of your entries. Um, yeah, it might be a bit off. Yes, I did forget to take a look at pound USD, didn't I? So yeah, pound USD. I'm looking for. I'm looking for a big move higher for myself because I'm looking for a big swing. I'm pretty I'm pretty bullish on pound USD. I'm pretty bearish on USD itself. So I'm looking to buy euro and I'm trying to look to buy pound as well for something like this because we do have this lovely bullish structure at place here. So I'm kind of looking for that to continue. However, we've been in such a prolonged bearish move here, which I'm not too sure at this point if it's retracement or if it's a reversal. I mean, if the market is going to break higher, fantastic. Yeah, let's do that sharpish. And then I'll start looking for some opportunities. But basically, what I'm looking for is market break sharp to the upside, looking for pullbacks, and then a continuation, something like that. That's the opportunity I'm looking for myself for a nice bullish swing. If that's not the case, the market isn't going to do that, then we may just kind of keep falling. Because if I drop to the hourly, you can see the market's been so consistent with all of these lower highs. We may just kind of continue to fall. If that's the case, we'll break through the low. We've got support here, come back for the retest, let's try and catch the next one. and that could be a really nice intraday trade. So for pound, if you're looking on the lower time frames, you're kind of just looking for a decent position in tune with the market conditions, then I would just be looking at shorts because that's all the market's been doing for the past 1 or 2 weeks. If you continue to fall again, pull back, lower high, continue in that pattern. If, on the other hand, for some reason we start darting to the upside and the market's looking really bullish, then yeah, we've got that second opportunity there for the swing, which is the one I'm talking about. And maybe price is going to make its way back to the high. But at the moment, not looking very likely. And your best bet is probably these sells. So yeah. So hopefully that made sense for pound USD. Dollar yen. USD gaining momentum against it. Okay, I'll take a look at dollar yen. Emmy, hello. Hope you're well. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Yen has really, yes, very, very crazy, very, very volatile. Not very clear, so hard for me to trade, especially short term. Well, what time frames are you looking to trade, Emmy? What time frames are you looking to trade? I mean, for me, my directional bias for the yen pairs is just short right now at the moment because that's where we're seeing a lot of momentum. For example, if I scale to the 4-hour, we've had such a big drop, which tells me that if we correctively move up, which is kind of what we're doing for the yen pairs now, we've had a big move down. If we correctively move up like this, most likely it's price going to do that. Now, nothing's 100%. There will be times where price will have a big move down, start correctively moving up, and maybe that turns into a reversal. There will be times that does happen. But most of the time, it's a correction for price to continue down. So that's very much what I'm looking for the yen pairs at the moment. So my bias is still short, and on the 4-hour / hourly time frames, I'm looking to take it to the downside. So yeah, for the yen pairs, I'm just looking to short. We might push up one more time, but again, you can see how corrective price is moving up, down, up, down. We're taking our time. Probably going to form a lower high for us to short. There's an area up here which I like. This is GJ, which will look good. Dollar yen as well. I'm liking this for a short. Lovely support there. If we kind of continue this move, I do see us pushing down. Very, very messy drawings today, but I hope you guys do get the point I'm trying to make. Which is I'm looking to short. Okay, your time frame is hour 15.5. So are those are exclusively the time frames you look at? Because from an hourly 15.5, I'd probably focus on buys for now because we do have some bullish structure. I'm just going to use dollar yen for example because we've been pushing up. Because basically, you don't want to confuse yourself with direction. You want to keep direction pretty simple. So pick a time frame which you're going to follow, preferably the higher one, and that's going to be your time frame for directional bias. It'd be nice if you could use like a daily chart, but if you want to use the hourly, that's fine too. In my example, I'm using the daily and the higher time frames for direction, and then I use the 4-hour and the hour just to map entries and take trades. So you want to have a time frame for direction, and you just want to follow that. So for example, the hourly here is pushing up. So looking for buys in this condition makes a lot of sense. So if you're looking for some entries for some buys, I would say I want to be looking to buy at this low here. Say if price was to have another sell-off, then I'm instantly just looking for entries there for a buy. And the move I'm taking advantage of is possibly a continuation, maybe back to the high here, or maybe just a smaller buy back to this high, and then I'm out of the trade. You can find some entries in the 15 or the 5 maybe, and take it back into that level, and that's you done for the day. But yeah, my bias probably would be to the upside here because that's where we're seeing momentum. And again, nothing's 100%. It could break the support and continue going down. We got the bias wrong. We adapt, look for another lower high, and take some shorts, later on, maybe tomorrow. But because I'm seeing this momentum here on the hourly, and you said you're looking at the hourly 15.5, that's kind of how I look to play it. But yeah, just find a time frame for direction and stick with that. And if things don't look clear, don't trade as well. Don't trade as well. Because we all have our lens, we all have our views on the market. Some people will look at a chart and be like, yeah, that's crystal clear. Let me find a trade. Some people will look at the chart and be like, that's horrendous. I'm not going to touch this. And yeah, if it doesn't look good for you, don't touch it. I know there will be other people who will be placing trades and they might make you feel like you're missing out on stuff. But if it's not clear, don't take a trade, because there will be trades, and there will be trades where you're like, this is really clear. This is a really good trade. You want to take those trades on repeat. Of course, they won't always be there. They won't always play out either. But those are the trades you want to take where it's clear, it makes sense to you, and build from there. But yeah, don't worry about feeling confused and feel like you can't find a trade, because you're supposed to feel that from time to time. Anyway, let me go take a look at. Well, I mean, I was pretty much going through dollar yen there, but yeah, my analysis for dollar yen is a move higher up, and I'm looking for a sell, and I'm looking for a push back into that low. Lovely impulse there to the downside, so I'm looking for a correction of that for continuation down lower. So that's effectively what my analysis is for dollar yen. But yeah, it does like USD is gaining strength a little bit against the yen, hence why we are pushing up. But I do think it will be shorter term. And I do think we will continue moving down, eventually pushing into 142 and probably beyond as well. In terms of what's up as, yeah, we'll take a look at Euro CHF as well. We'll take a look at Bitcoin too. Target reach for the day. Nice. Well done, well done, well done. Good day in the charts. Okay, so let me go take a look at Euro Swiss. So yeah, for Euro Swiss, yeah. Did it hit the level? No, I just missed out on it. So yeah, for Euro Swiss, this was another one that has pinched the low and created new all-time lows. So yeah, I was touching on this one yesterday. I said after we create new all-time lows, I do want to see price kind of pull away from that area, because I don't want to be looking at shorts at all-time lows. It's not the best place for it, especially as a swing trade either. Of course, if you're in and out the markets, you can get away with it. But if you're looking to hold, especially overnight, tricky place to short in. And in fairness, we have seen a nice reaction higher. I was talking about this area here yesterday. We just about missed out on that. So I'm kind of hoping we can push up one more time. And maybe we can as well. We're having a pretty correct move down. Got a nice little area there where price paused and shot up a lot of momentum. We might use this to our benefit, push up one more time, go and test that low. And that in turn could be a really nice place for a short, for move down. So that would be what I'd be looking for Euro CHF, because there's still a lot of momentum to the downside. This was a humongous drop from last week. Humongous drop there. If I whip out the Fibonacci, I think we've only just about come to the 50% or not, 0.618. I mean, so it's a pretty healthy pullback, but at the same time, it's such a big drop that we could even move up higher, even to this area here. I wouldn't be too surprised. But at least let's test this low here, and then we can look at some shorts. Possibly we could short it back to the low, but I think just keep it simple. If we push back into the high and we do create a low here, that could be a nice target to have and call it a day. But yeah, Euro CHF looking at downside, but from 0.947 or if you do push a little bit higher, 0.952. But yeah, that is my that's my analysis for Euro Swiss. Where was I? Okay, so Bitcoin I'll take a look at as well. Truth is, read charts. Okay. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is all about the charts. Reading, understanding the charts, really. That's the most important thing. Whatever style you're trying to trade. Imagine having a 70 pip breakout to the left or right. We'd never win. Yeah, so true. Yeah, because there's 50/50 at the end of the day. The market's either going up or down. If it was 25/75 and as the market had four directions, left or right, yeah, it would be so difficult to make money. 100%. I fully agree with that. No problem. Emmy, happy to help. Try pick one time frame for direction, stick to it. Yeah, you just want to find that compass, something that's going to tell you. I would recommend maybe using some moving averages as well, Emmy. Maybe like the 200 or the 50 just to help filter out trades and help with direction, because you just want to have that compass in play as, okay, the market conditions, bullish, we're making higher highs, higher lows, we're trending up against the 200. I'm bullish on the market, I'm buying. So you don't want to have that doubt in your mind. You automatically know what you're going to do with the market, and there'll be times where it's a little bit 50/50. Maybe it's not really making higher highs and higher lows. Maybe it's moving a bit sideways. The moving averages, sideways as well. And if that's the case, that's the time to step away. But you just want to know what is your compass, what is your what is going to create your direction. Once you know that, and using one time frame can help keep things simple, and then stick with that. And then you can always improve and adapt as you go on. Okay, let me go take a look at Bitcoin before I forget. If I've missed out any pairs someone has mentioned, please let me know, because I do have the tendency to forget a pair. I mean, I do get a lot of pairs, so I think that's understandable. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, a bit of a recovery. Yeah, I'm not quite convinced just yet, I must admit. I mean, we've had a massive sell-off. It just hasn't come back into an area of interest for me, because I've been anticipating some downside for Bitcoin, and I've been speaking about 48, 45K as a nice place for a buy. We have thrown this massive wick here to the downside, so I do like that, especially at because we're at the low here as well. So it's a really nice rejection there as well. So I do think we could probably see some upside here, but yeah, I would want to be buying at that retest. So I would anticipate another move down for Bitcoin. Could even go lower, to be honest. If this area doesn't hold, then I'm looking at this area here. But to me, this looks like a retracement. So I'm expecting eventually this to happen, and back to highs and so on and so forth. But yeah, we had a nice rejection there for Bitcoin. We might see a bit of upside for a few days, but I do think we'll still roll over. And then this is the first big area of interest. We'll see how we react there. If it looks good, buys look good. If it doesn't, I'm looking at 32, 30K. But yeah, this still looks like retracement to me. That's main. Do you trade Bitcoin, or are you just curious? How's Ethereum doing? Ethereum's looking okay. Still a bit of a drop there. But I like the area we're trading in. Again, Ethereum, I don't know. It's such a big bleed, and we've left behind such a big level here. It's gonna be difficult for us to break back above that. We might do something like this before the bigger move happens. But it's a nice place for a buy anyway, and we're reacting to it pretty well. So maybe Ethereum kind of slowly makes its way back up again. But this will be a big wall for us. 2,900. We could push right back down after that. How is US 30 doing? Still looking pretty bearish. Yeah, indices in general, not looking too hot. And oil, pretty nice move up higher. Dollar. Okay. So yeah, I'll keep a close eye on euro. I mean, in terms of the yen pairs, I just want another move up higher. Same for the Swiss pairs as well. So I don't know, maybe the news this afternoon could help with that. But they're not exactly at my entry areas, so I'm not really too concerned with them at the moment. Okay, you do trade Bitcoin. Nice, fair play. Do you day trade it, or is it swing trading? Ron Swartz, we'll take a look at USD, no problemo. Okay, day trade, nice. I mean, I was looking from a more of a swing perspective there. In terms of a day trade for Bitcoin, probably still be eyeing up some shorts, to be honest. I mean, this is not a bad area for a short, but I want to see a bit more rejection there. But yeah, it's not a bad place for a short down the hourly. There isn't such a crystal clear level for me anyway. But yeah, I would have a bearish bias. Anyway, ends the USD. So yeah, I don't really like ends the USD. You said buy. I know it's kind of coming back into this area here. I'm kind of more fixated on the sells. But nonetheless, this could prove to be a sturdy level and send price back up. But I do like this level here around 0.60354 as a nice place for a short. Yeah, I think that looks like a nice place for a short. Previous support there, broke through, never had the retest. It's a pretty big pullback off this reaction of that low. So I think that's a really nice place for a short, and it probably actually coincides with this low here too, which is a nice confluence. But generally speaking, I think sales look good there. However, I don't really have a long-term bias for NZUSD because nothing really looks clear on higher time frames. So I'm kind of just playing it day by day, week by week with NZUSD. So yeah, it's not a bad place for a long. Depending how we get there, depending how we react, there might be some nice longs there. Very strong impulsive move there, and a pretty correct move down. Maybe we might push the low, come New York, and then that could then be a nice buy to take it back up. And then in turn, this could be a nice sell to take it back down there as well. So yeah, not a bad opportunity. Just from a day trading perspective, not looking for anything crazy. Like I said, I don't really have a crystal clear bias on the higher time frame, so I'm kind of just keeping it shorter term for now. But yeah, buys from there make sense, and sells from up there do too. Why the long wick on H4? It happened across the board really. You can look at Aussie dollar as well. And there's your long wick. Look at Euro USD. Not really, but it was a big move up. If you look at Euro Aussie, big wick there as well, although it kind of covered it a little bit. Pound Aussie, big wick there. Euro Pound NZD, big wick there. Euro NZD, big wick there. So yeah, it was kind of across the board. I'm not too sure what happened actually, because it happened early hours of Monday. So as the week opened up on Sunday, yeah. So by the time I woke up on Monday morning, really had these wicks. I wasn't too sure because it wasn't scheduled on the economic calendar, any news or any big news anyway. It was just kind of there. So I have no idea what happened really. But yeah, for NZD, Aussie, and it happened across a few pairs, but I think the biggest moves were like NZD and Aussie. But yeah, I'm not too sure. Okay, thinking short term, yeah. Yeah, short term, I'm on board. Long term, I'm not too sure what's going on. But it was a pretty strong move from yesterday, pretty impulsive move. So the likelihood is we're just seeing a pullback of that. And since this was a pretty nice place of rejection, three clear test, it becomes a nice place for a long on the lower time frames, like hourly or 30-minute or maybe even lower. But yeah, NZUSD short-term buys look okay, and I like the sells there too. But yeah, my favorite dollar pair for now is still Euro, off the back of 1.0866. We'll wait patiently to see if that comes into fruition, but it'll be up to the market to decide. Gold's pushing up pretty strong. Yeah, gold's just been very awkward because dollar's seeing a bit of upside as well, but gold doesn't really care and it's pushing pretty hard. Yeah, CHF, I'll keep a close eye for some sells as well. So yeah, guys, we have come up to the end of the stream. If you have found it useful, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It does really help out. Make sure you check out the Discord channel. Like I said, discount opportunities there as well for elevating traders when it does launch. So make sure you check that Discord channel out. Link is at the top of the chat. I will be live again later with Trader Nick on his channel. So I will let you guys know when I do go live. I'll post a link on the Telegram so you can't miss it. But in about an hour and 45 minutes from now, we'll go live and see what's happening. I will be live again tomorrow on my channel, as usual, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., same time as always, UK time. So if I don't catch you later, I will hopefully catch you tomorrow. But guys, really do appreciate you tuning in. Thank you to my moderators for helping out. Like I said, if you have found it useful, drop a like, subscribe on your way out. But guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.